Hey everybody, and welcome back to another book review. Book 100. We made it years later. I felt that this book was also just very fitting for being book 100. And that book is called Be the Unicorn by William Vanderblomen. I think I'm saying that wrong. But a bunch of leaders at school were reading it, and so those of us that are junior leaders in my space were given a copy as well. And so they were like, we're gonna read through it as a group. We're gonna go like chapter by chapter, and I just went ahead and read the whole thing. It's a really good book, and it really just kind of added to a lot of the work that I've been doing on myself this year, just really re-solidifying a lot of that work, and being not just being a leader, but also just being the best person that you can be. There are just some things that as humans we just need to do in order to create the spaces that we want to live in and excel in, and we cannot do that if we are living in mediocrity. So I really just felt like that just kind of re-solidified a lot of that work. It has been a year, for me working into reading through some of the things that I had been working on, and just them being said in a different way is always just nice, and like good reminders for like what you need to do. And I think like the biggest one that I remembered out of this book, and it's also just something that that I not really learned, but was reminded of at the beginning of the year, was that you cannot function in a wish mindset. You are not successful if you're just wishing about something, and just being reminded of that is just really important for me. And I think it's important for a lot of us. A lot of us are just like, oh, I wish that I had this, or I wish this, or I wish that. And you cannot thrive, you cannot succeed, you cannot excel in a wish world. You just can't do it. Because if you set about wishing upon something to happen, then you never get around to doing something about it. Hashtag Whitney Houston. To quote Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella, 1997. It's illogical for any of us to, be about, say that we're going to be excellent, do the things that we want to do in our careers or in our personal lives, but then just keep saying, oh, I wish, everything starts with a wish, but it's about what you do with that information. If you want something, you have to go out and create it, and do something about it. So I really appreciated the book reminding me of that, and just kind of giving me a good place to refocus my energy. So I really did like the book. I am going to give it a 4.75 out of 5. And the reason is because there were several times in the book where he talked about, not working till you die, like giving yourself time to breathe and relax and do the things that you need to do. But then in the same paragraph, so basically in the same breath, he was like, one of the things I do when I'm looking for certain new hires is I send them a text late at night. And if they respond late at night, then they are more likely to get hired. And I just completely disagree with that. People have lives, and people, it's not to say that people don't respond to texts late at night. But a lot of times, especially in the current modern day and age that we are in, people are really reevaluating what it means to have a work-life balance. And you cannot have a work-life balance if you have people texting you at 10:30 at night. Like, it was so disrespectfully written. I really didn't agree with it. but the rest of the book was fine. I really disagreed with that line of thinking there. And I understood what he was saying. It was the chapter was called "The Fast," and it's talking about the person that is fast to get things done, and those are the people that are very reliable. And I agree with that. And as a leader, as a person, I am not in that fast category. I do rank. I actually went through and I took their test. Yes, I paid money for it. But I was just curious, like, where do I fall? And I don't rank very high on the fast, but I don't rank low on the fast either. I rank in general above average on most everything, but in terms of being the fast, there's being the fast, and then there's being the fast at a detriment to your own health, well-being, mental, physical, whatever. And I'm sorry, answering texts after 10 p.m. is just stupid. And for someone to then say, oh, that means that if they don't answer, or maybe if they wait until, the next morning to respond, then I kind of move them in different locales or whatever. And I'm like, if you want to say, like, hey, we have a great work-life balance here at this company, blah, 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 and you text me at 10:30, like, you're contradicting yourself. But then also, you literally just told thousands of people that you will not hire them if they don't respond to your text. Which I disagree with that. I'm very much like my students, they do have my number, not my personal number, but they do have a number that they can text me, and their families can text me. And I know that is very controversial. It took me a very long time to get to that point of having a number for families to contact me. But I told the kids, and I'll be telling their families at back to school night as well, when I give their families the number, that after 6 p.m. I am not responding quickly at all. It's just not going to happen. And one of my kids this year, he was like, well, why? Why give us your number if you're not going to respond? I was like, I didn't say I wasn't going to respond. I just said I'm not going to respond quickly. And, I told him, I was like, I have a life too. Like, I have family. I have other obligations. And with respect, unless it's like a serious situation, you really don't need to text me. You can usually wait till the morning. In the 4 years that I've been doing this, because again, like I said, it took me a long time in my career to get to the point that I was like, actually, you guys can text me or email me or whatever. And the kids are very, very respectful. Let me be clear. I have been very lucky in that kids are very respectful. I've only had one kid that like way, way, way out of line, with it, but they were in a crisis situation, and so I get it. But, like, overall, like, the kids were like, oh, that makes sense, like, you have a life, we have a life, they're not gonna keep texting me, and it's, if people from school text or send an email or whatever. My school is great in that we all know that, like, after certain times we're just not going to respond, unless it's like a situation where we're joking around in the group chat or something like that. But overall, we just don't respond. And for people to think that people are just going to 100% respond all the time, it's just not a thing. That's just not a thing. So yeah, that's my only hang up. That was a long explanation to my hang up, but outside of that, really great book. Even if you just need a swift kick in the pants to remind yourself who you are and what you need to do with your life, it's a great book. The 12 habits are really good habits, and it has a lot of really great quotes from a lot of different people that are not famous people, that just kind of really re-solidify and make you think about, like, how do you function in your job space, how do you function in your life space, just overall really good. So there you have it. Be the unicorn. Go out there and be a unicorn. Very excited to have that be book 100. Also very excited to be starting a new year of life, 34. I'm very excited about this journey, this chapter. of my life that I've been on. Chapter 33 was rejuvenating and amazing, and I am forever changed by the experiences that I've had since I turned 33. And those experiences are not stopping. They are going to continue to grow, and they are going to continue to flourish as I go into year 34, level 34, however you all like to refer to birthdays. Birthdays have always kind of been hard for me. I've just never really been a big fan of birthdays, not because I didn't celebrate or didn't have great birthdays growing up or anything like that. I just, to me, it's just another day. But at the same time, I do like cookies and I like cheesecake, so I will be accepting all of those things. I'll also be accepting gift cards for gas and groceries because I'm an adult and those are things I need. But really, birthdays for me as of late have been just ways for me to reflect back on the year, but also take a step into whatever the next level is. And my next level is God is leading me into greatness and excellence, and I am truly looking forward to it. So thank you all for continuing to be on this book reading journey for me, or with me. Really enjoying a lot of the comments that I'm starting to see on videos, so I appreciate that. Appreciate all of you guys that are following and subscribing. It's awesome. I'm not in this for the subscriptions or the comments or anything like that, but they do mean a lot, and so I'm really thankful for all that. So please continue to comment books as always, and feelings on books. I know I had a bunch of people comment on a video a while ago, and we were all in the same vein, so I'm glad we all kind of agree a lot. But I look forward to the next 100 books. We'll see where we go. All right, I'll see you guys in the next book review. Bye.